and welcome to your practice. My name is Mary. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be working on loosening tight hips and letting go of muscle tension. A chair and blocks might come in handy for practice today. Let's get started. We'll begin in a standing position. So come to mountain pose or Tadasana. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart, or a distance that feels comfortable where you have a nice solid base. And really feel all four corners of your feet pressing into the earth. Notice your knees, give a slight bend to your knees. Let the muscles in the front of your legs do the work of supporting your body. Now move up your body, straighten your spine so it feels like you're creating space between each vertebrae. And then roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then draw your shoulders down and back. Feel that opening across your heart. And we'll begin our practice by breathing. So what we're going to do is breathe to a count of 4, then 5, then 6. So begin by inhaling for a count of 4, and then exhaling count of 4. Breathe in for a count of 5, and exhale for a count of 5. Breathe in for a count of 6, and then exhale for a count of 6. Now we'll do that movement with our arms. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to come to a similar motion. So bring your hands up for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. And then bring your hands behind your back on your low back and bend slightly at your hips for 4. And then rise up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for a count of 5. Bend your knees, place your hands on your low back, let your neck relax. And then rise up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then rise up back into Tadasana. So next, we're going to step your right foot forward and your left foot back. It's like a warrior stance. So your front knee will be bent to start. Your back foot will be at about a 45-degree angle, but it's a shorter stance. So if you've stepped back pretty far, bring your back foot up a little bit closer. This is where it might be nice to have a chair. So we're going to come into a position where we're have cactus arms. So your front knee will be bent. So as you breathe in, draw your shoulder blades back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do is either hold on to the chair or fold, straighten your front leg for 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise up 1 with bending your front leg for a count of 5. And then exhale, fold, straighten your front leg for a count of 5. Rise up, bend your front leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to stay here and hold, counting your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now bend your front knee and rise up, and then step your left foot to meet your right. Reset yourself in mountain pose. Maybe close your eyes and just notice where you're at. Maybe noticing if you feel a difference in your right hip and left hip. Now bring your right foot back, so your left leg will be forward. So find a stance where you have good stability. So draw your hands into cactus with your left knee bent for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, straighten your left leg, and then fold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, straighten your leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bend your front leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, straighten your front leg and lower down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax your neck. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now bend your left leg and rise up. And then step your right foot to meet your left. And once again, reset in mountain pose. Draw attention to your breath and just notice any sensations that you feel in your body. And then we're going to come to a wide leg stance. So point your feet out so they're tracking outward. And this might be a spot where you'd like your chair for balance. And we're going to come into a squat. So be cautious of your knees. Your top of your body will be standing nice and tall. So from here, we're just going to breathe for 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms up, straighten legs. Exhale, now bring your arms down and bend your knees for 1, 2, 3, 4. And place your hands on your thighs. Rise up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe going a little bit lower. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to hold for a couple breaths. You could have your chair, depending on how low you can go. So find a spot that works for you. Or you can come into a pose called Malasana, where you're squatting all the way down. So find a position that feels good for you. So don't overstretch. So we'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now place your hands on the floor and we'll stand up and just take a nice big freedom breath. Breathe in and out. So now we're going to bring our toes pointing together. So we're going to do a wide leg forward fold. So you could have your chair for support if you need it. So bring your hands up for a count of 4. And then we're going to fold over to a count of 4, but bend your knees a lot. And fold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now come up halfway for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perhaps straightening your legs. And then exhale, bend your legs and fold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to halfway. And exhale, bend your knees and fold over. Relax your necks for 6, for 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to slowly rise up. And then you'll be at a bent knee. Protect your back and rise up. Okay, so just heel toe your feet together. Reset in mountain pose. Finding your base, finding your feet pressing into the earth. Slight bend to your knees. Let your muscles of your legs do the work. Draw your shoulders down and back and open your heart. And just notice where you're at. Now begin to shift your weight to your left foot. And once again, the chair might be handy for balance. So what we're going for is we're going to cross our right ankle over left knee. So this might be where you stay. So either holding onto the chair, balancing, maybe bringing your hands to your heart. And then you could bend your left knee, so like you're sitting in a chair. And then the next option is you can fold over. So find a position where you're feeling a stretch but not overstretching. If you folded, let your neck relax. And we'll begin our breathing. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now uncross your leg. If you fold it over, slowly rise up with bent knees. Straighten your legs, bring your arms all the way up. And then we're going to do a lateral bend, bending to the left. So slight bend to your knees. I just noticed my knees were locked, so have a slight bend to your knees. Scoop your belly so it's in almost like a C, and you're doing that so you can feel the stretch all along your right side body, including into your hip, into your right hip. So you might need to kind of move your upper body around till you find that nice stretch all along your right side body. And then we'll rise up and come back to mountain pose. And now we'll shift to the other side. So find your balance on your right leg. Cross your left over. So maybe this is where you stay, using the chair for support. But find a position where you're feeling a stretch, but not overdoing it. So maybe your hands to your heart, maybe bending your right leg, and possibly folding over. So once you've settled into the position you've chosen, begin to breathe. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let your foot come to the ground. Slowly rise up. Bring your arms up overhead, and this time we're going to lean to the right, feeling that nice extension along your left side body from your fingertips all the way down to your hip. And we'll just hold this for a breath or two, maybe moving a little bit to find that sweet spot of a stretch. And then rising up and coming back to mountain pose. Okay, now we're going to come into a seated position first. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together into like a butterfly pose, or Badakanasana. I love to say that. So have a nice tall spine, sitting up straight. So find a position where your feet, where they're comfortable. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, sometimes it's easier if you just scoot your butt up a little bit. So sit up tall with your hands on your feet. You can stay sitting up tall, or if it feels okay, you can start to fold forward. So you could bring your elbows to your knees and fold. So whatever position that you've come into, we'll start to breathe. So when you're ready to inhale, take a breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going to slowly rise up. Bring your feet out in front of you, and we'll just do a little jiggle. And we're going to go onto our backs. So lower onto your backs, draw your knees into your chest, and just do a little side to side rocking. So we did the crossover standing up. We're going to do the same thing but lying on our back. So place both your feet firmly on the ground, and you can move your feet either further or closer to your bum, just depending on where it feels comfortable. About hip width distance apart. Keep your feet parallel. Now start by crossing your right leg over your left. So this might be where you stay. You could bring your left foot off the ground, maybe holding on to the back of your left leg with your hands. So we're just going to slowly move from side to side. So for a count of 4, as you breathe in, move to the right for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale to center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lowering to a point of comfort and inhaling to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to center. So moving to the right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to center for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now let your right leg uncross and cross your left ankle over right knee, maybe staying right here or possibly holding on, lifting your right foot and holding on to the back of your right leg. So we'll do the breathing exercise again. We'll move to the left on inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling back to center for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can bring your foot down, and we'll bring the soles of our feet together into Supta Badakanasana. So you could place your hands on your hip points. You could place your hands on your thighs. So what we're going to do is breathe in and bring your knees together for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, letting your knees come wide. So breathing in, bringing knees together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, bringing knees apart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling, knees apart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you can stay in this position if this feels comfortable for you. If it feels like it's uncomfortable, then come into a Shavasana position, or so maybe your arms at your sides, your legs in a V, or finding a position where you can come to stillness for the last part of our class. So as you're settling in, feel yourself grounding into the earth, noticing the sensation of your back as it's resting into your mat. And we've been breathing all through class with movement. So now we'll start by following that same breathing pattern while your body is in stillness. So when you're ready to breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we were practicing today, we were using our breath to help our muscles let go. So now we're going to use our breath to let our minds just let go. So begin by noticing thoughts that come into your head. It could be a thought of thinking of a belief that you have, maybe wanting somebody to be different than they are. Any thought that pops into your mind. And when the thought pops in, use your breath to bring yourself back, to let go. So using the counting breath to let go. So maybe starting with a count of 4 for inhales and 4 for exhales. And then when you notice your mind wanders, notice the thought, label the thought, and then come back to your breath and tell yourself you're letting go. And just practice a couple times, noticing the thought, labeling that thought, and returning to your breath. I am letting go. Now come back to your natural breath, just noticing your inhales and your exhales. When you're ready, roll on to a side, whatever side is calling you. You could rest your head on your upper arm, the arm of whatever side you've chosen, maybe drawing your knees towards your chest. Take a moment here in gratitude, thanking yourself for taking the time for self-care, taking the time to let your muscles let go and your mind let go. When you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position. Draw your hands to your heart. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. Hey, if you've enjoyed this practice, drop a note in the comments. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.